All right. All right. Well, welcome to Mind Body Relationship, where it is that we talk about the mind, the body, and relationship. All right. And I'm Dr. Laurie Ponsford Hill, and I am here with a special guest today, and we're going to be talking about addiction. So, how about if you tell the viewers a bit about yourself, Christy?
All right. Well, thank you for having me. As said, I'm Christy. I'm one of the therapists at the Counselling House. I've been working there for almost 2 years now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Was your student before.
Oh, yes.
From Yorkville University. I graduated from their master's program.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to usually work with children, adolescents, and young adults.
Oh, that's right. Because you're a child and youth worker as well.
Yeah, I do have my Chinese diploma that I got, so it has helped me with that demographic as well.
Oh, that's right. And you were working out of the Woodstock office, but now you're working mostly out of the London office.
Yes.
And you will be working out of the Portside office as well. Yeah.
Which will be a big change, but it'll be nice.
It will, definitely.
Not as far a commute.
So true, so true. Excellent, yeah. So today we're talking about addiction.
Yes.
And you and I have been working on an Addictive Obsessions workbook, yes, which we are going to be putting together and promoting later on this year. Yes. So how about if you tell us a little bit about your interest in addiction?
I was a student, a lot of it because I got some clients with addiction issues.
Ah, yes.
And then you suggested I do my big project for school
on
the addiction, which kind of started the whole process of a workbook.
It sure did, didn't it?
So
yes.
It's been about... So I started that before I graduated. Still been an ongoing process for us, but
it's a big job.
It has. It's growing.
It has.
Started as like probably 50 pages and
so
grew
now
to
it's
a
like
big
300 pages.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So.
And we broadened it from addiction just as what you think about addiction, which is really your drugs, your alcohol. But we've broadened that to all sorts of addictions, which includes, phone.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Or
food or behaviors. Because a lot of people don't think of behavioral addiction.
Oh, that's right.
When they think of addiction, they think drugs, alcohol, smoking even.
Oh, that's true. Yes, exactly.
But no one ever thinks about the behavior like sex and love and shopping.
So true.
Gambling.
Yep.
All of anything really can be an addiction.
A person can be an addiction.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you hear of toxic relationships, so we go over and over again the same cycle.
Oh, that's true.
So.
And there's even something called PICA, right? Which is addiction to substances that are not food.
Yeah, really.
That are ingested.
And they can't control it.
That's right, exactly.
Because addiction really is a lack of control. And it's impulsive behavior where it's used as a coping.
Exactly.
And then it just continues and continues into this vicious cycle that doesn't stop.
And becomes an obsession.
Yeah. Because one quote everyone always says through the different programs is one is never enough. And that's where it kind of starts. It's when you can't stop anymore.
There you go, right? And so the need to just amp it up, amp up the use, amp up the behaviors.
Yeah.
Right? Because once it is that you start something, you're actually really triggering the reward center of your brain, right? And then you need more reward.
Yeah, because eventually it's going to get to the point where that's not enough. So maybe 5 years was enough, but then it doesn't work anymore. So then you increase it, and you keep going and going and going.
That's
all of a sudden you're drinking a case of beer a night, or whatever it is for your addiction. That's just an example.
Exactly, yeah, truly. The truth is that it's about that continually upping it. But it's not only to do with that, it's also to do with the fact that it's creating harm in your life.
Yes.
Right?
A lot of the time people talk about losing relationships.
Oh, yes.
That's a huge one. Because you lie and manipulate to get what you want. Because as someone once described, the man I spoke to, who will be in our book, who I got to interview for quite a few weeks about he was an active addiction for probably over 30 years.
That's right, exactly.
And then now he's been in recovery for a long time. But he talked about people walking into a room and being able to pinpoint who they can manipulate. So they would go to that person.
Right.
Because they're going to get what they want. So that, again, that hurts relationships.
Oh, exactly.
And people don't trust you. And trust is so important in any relationship.
That's true, yes.
And it turns into little lies, and people are hurt, and there's a lot of guilt built up.
Oh, that's true. Exactly. So. And a lot of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so it's very difficult because with the obsession, it's just constantly on the mind. It's a huge driving force, right? And it's very difficult to tell someone who has an addictive obsession to just stop that.
No, they don't hear you in that moment because that's all they think about.
That's right.
And a lot of times they'll lose their jobs.
Oh, that's true, yes.
Because they can't function. So you hear people drinking at work because they can't even get through the day without anything. And how do you focus on what you need to do day to day as a job or even just basic responsibilities? That's
right, yes. The brain becomes reliant on it. The body becomes reliant on it.
And they go through withdrawal when they don't have it, which can either be like shaking, vomiting, nauseous feelings.
Oh, yes, exactly. Headaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending what your addiction was. And a lot of them, anyone can really go through withdrawal.
That's true.
They feel that need to have it right then and there and don't know what to do until they have it.
Oh, so true. So, I mean, when you think about just putting your phone away.
Yeah.
Right? It creates a sense of anxiety.
It does.
Right? Where's my phone?
We're so attached to our technology nowadays.
So true.
That we have to know where our phone is at all times.
That's right. And that applies to everything across the board.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just that. Yeah. And so harm can actually really be financial cost as well.
Yes, definitely. Because you're spending all your money on whatever your addiction is.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you are in any sort of relationship with family, friends, or a partner, you're using their money too a lot of the time. You're stealing from them, and therefore you're kind of put yourself in debt.
Oh, yes.
And it just is this hole you seem to never really get out of.
Exactly. Yeah. And so really it's not only are you harming yourself, right, but are you harming the people around you?
Yeah. Do
they look at it as an addiction?
And that's hard because people have trouble admitting that someone in their life is struggling. It is a huge step for not only the person with the addiction, but anyone else with them.
That's right.
That they're in a relationship with.
Yes.
Because it's
true.
Scary to admit this person in my life is struggling.
Yes.
They need help.
Yeah.
People are embarrassed to get help.
That's right. Yeah.
And it is, the first step is the most challenging.
That's true because there is a stigma.
There is. Unfortunately, there still is.
Yeah.
It's gotten a little better, I would say, but not great.
No.
Because people see people with addictions a certain way. But really, addiction can affect anyone. It's not the people you see on the street only.
That's true.
It can be doctors, lawyers, anyone that from any social and economic status.
That's true.
So.
Pretty much any age and stage as well, right? And you hear about situations happening even with preteens now.
Yes. And that's getting scary.
It is.
It used to be kind of an adult issue. And it's gotten lower over the years.
It has.
Because people have access to a lot of things.
That's true, yeah.
And now we're kind of getting opened up to, like, technology quicker. Because you see, like, young children around with cell phones.
That's true, yes, for sure.
And they're better at technology than adults, really.
Not necessarily.
There's a few.
Oh, dear, I'm just thinking of my students. But anyway. Yeah. So it's a complicated issue, isn't it? And it's multi-layered. It's not only to do with how it is that the brain is functioning. Right? It's also to do with how it is that the body is functioning as well, right? And it affects relationship.
It does.
Not only your relationship with whatever the behavior or substance might be, right? But those that are around you as well.
And it overall affects yourself. Like, your health is detrimentally affected.
That's true.
Depending on what you're using as your addiction, it can affect long-term health consequences.
Well, that's right. I mean, even positive things when you think about it, right? You think about exercise as a positive thing. But then what happens is there becomes a line when it is that it becomes off balance.
Right.
Right?
It becomes an extreme.
Exactly, right? So that on the mind is always about exercising and then just taking it to the extreme. And then all of a sudden it starts to really affect the body in a negative way.
It does. And it's just all of a sudden there can be, like, whether it's too much weight loss.
Yep.
And then that could affect eating habits.
Yes, exactly.
And how do you go to work when you're constantly like, oh, I have to exercise?
Well, exactly.
Or even go out with friends.
And your significant relationship at home, Right?
Everyone gets affected.
Definitely. Yeah. So in the workbook, what we've done is we've gone through a number of different modalities, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Because everybody is affected in a different way. When you think about addictive obsessions, we're talking about such a wide range of situations and issues that people can come across, right? So the idea is to apply to everyone.
Yes, because really addiction can affect on a different level to everybody too. Not everyone's at the same level of the addiction.
That's right.
There's all the different, there's the extremes, and then there's some that are not as high yet because they reach out for help sooner.
That's true.
Because the first step really is admitting you have a problem and then going to get the help.
Exactly.
And it really needs to be for yourself, number one.
That's right. Yes.
I know a lot of people say, I want to do this for my family. It has to be for you, number one.
Yeah.
They are a great social support system. You need them, but they can't be your reason. Or it doesn't hold.
Oh, that's so true. Yes, yes. And when you think about family systems, right? Family systems are, the hope would be that they're set up in order to support the healthy behavior.
Yeah.
A difficulty that does happen, though, is that the family system is actually set up to support the addiction.
Yes, because we've learned how to walk on eggshells, basically.
That's true.
Around the person with the addiction. So they're like, I don't want to upset them. I don't want to say this. I can't do that because I'm going to set them over the edge and it's going to come back.
Ah, exactly.
So we have to learn how to break that cycle. Exactly. For the family as well. Yeah. Because really addiction needs to be treated from all different angles.
That's right.
The individual and the family. So they have to learn. Big thing is forgiveness. And that's the hardest step.
It's very, very hard.
To not hold that addiction against the person when they do hit recovery. Because we want to help them along in their journey, because it's a lifelong journey, really.
It is, right? A lifelong journey of learning and using new coping skills, right? To be able to actually really achieve what it is that you're needing to achieve. Without the behavior, without the substance.
And the big thing is learning your trigger signs and having your family and whoever is your social support system, it doesn't matter who, that they know your warning signs and your triggers.
That's right.
So that they can help be like, hey, I think you're getting a little off track. So let's put you back to an okay being. What do we need to do to help you be okay again?
That's right.
Yes. And if you need people that will actually call you on it, that's going to be very important.
Love because to be called on things.
A lot of people take a step back, like, oh, I don't want to, I'll upset them.
That's right.
I'm going to make it worse.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to kind of step up and be like, no, you're not okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what can we do? What's your plan for what you need to do in this moment? That's whatever it is.
And I mean, for some behaviors, we're talking about abstinence. Yeah. Right? For substances, some substances, we're talking about abstinence. But for other behaviors, like what you were saying about sex or exercise or your phone or whatever it is that might be, it's actually about harm reduction.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's a different one. Not everyone knows about that.
That's right.
Because when it is certain things, we have to have those in our life.
That's true.
Especially if it's addiction to food. We still have to eat.
Still have to eat.
We can't go without food.
That's right. You can go without smoking, but you can't go without food.
Exactly. And we need exercise. It's important for us to stay healthy or some sort of movement in our life.
That's right.
And it's hard to get through life without a phone. And no one's going to give up sex, really, either.
Exactly.
They're going to want to continue. And it's just finding a healthy boundary.
That's right.
Where you don't go over the edge, and how do you keep that balance? So it is healthy. It's not all time consuming.
That's right, exactly.
And that's a hard step to take.
Very hard step to take. Yeah. Well, the goal is actually really to, if you are suffering from any kind of addictive obsession, to reach out, right? Yeah. To contact us because we are here to help you. Yes. We're going to be hosting retreats as well, right? For a fair number of addictive obsessions. Right? And so we're going to attach the link below. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Is there anything that you wanted to add?
I would say that if you know someone that is struggling, or if you yourself are struggling, don't be afraid to reach out. This is very non-judgmental. It is an open environment. We just want to be able to help you and see you succeed. And just remember, it is a lifelong journey.
It is a lifelong journey.
But a healthy choice.
Oh, there you go. Exactly. Well, thank you, Christie, for joining us today.
Laurie.
Yes, and thank you for joining us as well.
Yes.
And please, if you like this, give it a like, reach out, subscribe, and, well, bye for now.
Bye.